Alright, continuing on for where we last left off. Dex just got beaten up pretty badly, or Gutsman did. If you talk to the girl here, I still don't know how her name is supposed to be said. Maylu sounds really weird to me, but her name is spelled M-A-Y-L, so that doesn't phonetically make sense to me either. So, either way, the girl gives you your first Navi chip in the game. If you don't know what a Navi chip is because you haven't played these games before, don't worry, I'm not criticizing you or anything. It's perfectly fine if you haven't played this game. But everybody in this world has a Navi, which is basically a Megaman character. Hers is Roll. So if you use that chip in a fight, Roll will show up and do an attack. So basically what you can do, you can end up fighting the bosses outside of the special area they have, and if you beat them you get their chip, which is like how Megaman is, like when Megaman steals people's powers in the original games. Even though now he can take the power of everybody. So also anyone can use battle chips, not just Megaman. So if you'll probably see me use the Roll chip in this video, but the Roll chip, when you use it, it will attack somebody, do 60 damage, and then it will heal some amount of your health. I forget how much exactly. So, bit of a longer video, about the same time as the last one. I'm more or less separating these by the firewall doors in the network, because, well, you'll see when you get there. You gotta do certain things to open the firewalls, and yeah, okay, you'll see when I get there. Doesn't really matter. What to talk about? I fully finished recording Megaman Battle Network 3. It is, if you follow that guide, whenever it does come out, you can basically get 100% if you follow my guide. There's only like 2 things I don't show, and that's because it's a pain. And more on that when I actually do the guide. Yeah, something you'll always see me do is I will run past a fork in the road and then turn around and go down the other path. That's just kind of a thing that a lot of video game players do after a certain point in time. Like, we notice that there's 2 paths in the road, and there's usually something on one of them, and it's always a dead end. And the other path is the way you want to go. And it's just kind of a thing where, like, you'll notice that one path kind of keeps continuing, and you'll turn back to look at the other path. So I tend to do that a lot in these guides, or in these games. Every game, actually. Every game I take, I basically look at every possible route. I think I don't really look around too much if it's a first-person shooter, because you follow the computer AI, which is always not very smart. That's one good thing I do like about this game. You don't ever have to protect anybody or worry about anybody in a fight. You don't ever get computer allies. Like, you have allies in the game, but they always show up in like cutscenes, which is great, meaning you don't have to like babysit anybody in a fight, which is just awesome. Alright, this is the first firewall. Yeah, so to figure out the password, you need to look at the number of chairs in classroom 5A. Now, LAN happens to be in class 5A, so see, I didn't realize it was in class 5A, so I had to look. So now I'm counting, and clearly there are 9 chairs. Yeah, okay, there was 9. I had to count again just to make sure. But a bunch of passwords, you have to do stuff like that. Now I remembered that there was a fork in the road back there, so I go back and I check. See, this is something you will see me do a lot. it's because I am a little, I want to say obsessive compulsive about this stuff, but it's not that bad. Also, I don't usually, I probably won't say much about enemies because you can fight them in your own ways, and my ways of fighting enemies tend to change throughout the game. But a thing about the ghost-looking enemies, I forget what they're called. I think they're called like spooky or something. But if you notice that they move whenever you get on the same row as them. So if they're directly in front of you, they will move. So you either have to attack them when they jump forward to get you, and when they try and stick their tongue out, or you use an attack that covers a wide area and make sure they're in that area. I can't really do the last option, but the other two I can do. And see, I went down that alternate route and I got $800. I'm assuming Zenny is more or less yen, so like thousands of Zenny mean almost nothing in this game. So, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about like the Japanese currency at the moment, but to me, I've always just divided their price by 100 to get the American price. And I know that's very incorrect, but it's just a very general assessment without doing too much math or having to know too much about the actual exchange rate. I tend to ramble on a lot if you don't watch a lot of these, but anyways, now I will see you in the next video where we'll pick up right after the door, as in like right around that little corner. So I will see you then.